Hi. This video, it's very similar to the fear video, really. That how the best way of getting over or understanding is almost to face them. And what got me onto this subject was I was talking to someone yesterday who suffers from panic attacks and anxiety, and and I thought about it, and I was thinking from like a Buddhist perspective of maybe how, with Buddhism, it's how they let the feelings come in and they let them go, and as quick as they let them come in, they go really because they don't dwell on them and don't sit within them, which ultimately doesn't then ruin their day. So this person I was talking to, this lady, she was almost like struggling herself. And I almost want to, and we were discussing that maybe you say something like a panic attack. And I don't know if I've ever had a panic attack. That might sound bizarre. Surely you know. But because I used to run a lot, or like just to almost escape. I'm a bit of an escapist. I'll kind of like I said previously about fight or flight. I will fly, so ultimately not give it a chance to kind of manifest and almost then let it drown out through the day, which can affect everything through your day. Then it can affect your decisions, your timekeeping, your ability to sleep, your ability to not sleep. And so I was almost sorry, I need to get to the point. So the point being that maybe to address things like panic attacks or anxiety attacks, and I'm not saying I'm an expert at all, but almost taking that Buddhist approach and almost letting it come, because I think there is a name for it if you have a panic attack, about the idea of having a panic attack, because they're horrific. Your heart's going 10 to the dozen. You're sweating. You're just feeling completely uneasy regardless, and it could be about a situation, an environment, somewhere where you are. The idea of going somewhere, anything like that. And this is only through me reading and sort of research that. Don't get me wrong, it's I suppose so. It's not necessarily a panic attack, but I'll avoid well populated areas like the plague. And for example, like a night out this weekend, I'm almost I was almost talking myself out of it. Then I thought about it, and I thought, well, no, take your own advice here. You will have a great time. You will enjoy it. So, point being, I'm almost curious to know that if to address a panic attack is to let it come, almost, and then ironically, then it will come, but it will go as quick as it's come because you've almost allowed it. And by allowing something, you're not panicking, are you? Because a panic is almost anticipation, but allowing is letting. So letting it come in. So I do wonder if that really is the thing, and that really will work. Because I think that's quite huge, really. Because that must debilitate a lot of people in this day and age, especially with depression and anxiety, and that being such a word about the place now. So yeah, I just almost wanted to sort of. It was in my head last night, and I thought, right, I almost want to talk about that, and just more out of curiosity. This one is, like I do talk from experience on a lot of things, and that's not me going, oh, I wonder if I've had a panic attack, and saying. I need to jump on that and say I've had one. I'm definitely not saying that. It's more I'm just trying to understand everything now. Since starting these videos, not just about myself, but about the people around me. But through understanding yourself, you do understand the people around you. So that's what it is. But yeah, the paradox of it is to stop an anxiety attack coming is to let it come. And I've spoken about paradoxes before. It's like to face a fear, you have to get over a fear, you have to face that fear. And I think that's quite an important thing to think about. It's almost like we're not taught these things. It feels like just they're fundamental, I think. But like we notice around and about every day, like there's posters making you feel body inadequate or financially inadequate, and you've got to work 9 till 5 days a week, and be miserable. At the moment I work 3 days a week, and I couldn't be happier at the moment. I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of self-work, and really enjoying it for the now. I'm sure there'll be a time when I'm working and I'm busier again, but at the moment I'm understanding. I'm going through a bit of a process, spiritually, mentally, physically. I'm trying to sort of look after all three at the moment, and work with that. So yes, this was just something that made me think, really. And I almost want to sort of say, this sounds quite out there and quite extreme almost, but I wrote something down and I've just noticed the note of it, and it was how we're all from the big entanglement, so to speak, and that everything's energy, different gradients of energy, but everything is energy, and how that we all started from the same thing. So we are all one, we are all the same, we are all made from the same material. You all started from, call it the Big Bang, or and the entanglement is almost like the web of everything. Everything started from the same group of materials and then expanded. So in effect, we are all the same. And I've spoken before about all being different, and individually, as personalities, as souls, I feel we are all different. We've all got we're here. I read yesterday, we are here. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to learn. We come to this earth to learn, not to be perfect. I think that's brilliant. And I think, individually as souls, we are all very different. But what we're chemically made out of is the same stuff, the same as the plants, the same as the trees, the same as the sky. It just, I think, 70%, I'm really bad with facts, but so much of a cell is space. We are space. We are space. Space is us. There we are. So it's like just connecting, understanding, and working with everything around us is essential. And you can connect things, you can look at something and connect. Just by looking at something and acknowledging something, you are connecting, you're exchanging energies. You don't need to literally feel like a firework hitting you when you are seeing something. You look at a tree, you're giving it energy, you're giving it something, you're giving it, you see a nice person, a nice flower, something that looks nice, you're giving it that energy, you're giving it that admiration almost, which is a form of energy. Everything's a form of energy. You're throwing out energy all the time. When you're around certain people and you're like, oh, they're draining, they're taking your energy, you're giving them their energy. When you're like, oh, that person's really enthusiastic, you're taking their energy, they're giving you energy. It's it's exchanges happening all the time. So I've digressed a bit, like I do, but that's what I do. And we are all one. We're all made from the same stuff, but we are all completely different souls. Quite profound. So everything is nothing, nothing is everything. But so the subject of paradoxically facing everything in life by hitting that head on has now turned into the great entanglement and from the Big Bang and how we are all one. This is what I do. I like to go from one sort of real end of the spectrum to something that might be quite out there, maybe. So I do wonder if this approach does work quite well, actually, because I think I'm trying to bridge the gap between the sort of real world and the spiritual world, me being quite spiritual. And I will probably do a video on that one day. I don't think I'm ready to sort of go into the details of it because it can seem quite out there. But I do think very very spiritually, I don't want to say specifically spiritually minded, very much about self-awareness and understanding there is a greater power and we can download that energy whenever we want and that power whenever we want, and that actually bad is never bad, and that everything is a lesson. We learn from everything that we see as bad can seem horrific at the time, but we always learn something. So there we go, another video. So yeah, anyway, I hope this video reached you well, and I will make another one soon, I think, maybe in a week or so. Thank you.